Okay,
Okay.
it says that we're live,
It's
and
usually not.
yeah, it says that we're live, so I guess we are indeed live, and we are late and gay because it was supposed to be like 2 hours ago, but I just got the family settled down. Everyone's in bed except for my oldest, who's out here chilling with me on the couch. Because, as you all know, I do this crap on my phone because that's just how I roll. And we actually have a question in chat already. What is the background supposed to be? That, are you talking about the logo in the center or like the background itself? Because that's actually an interesting question no one's asked before. We'll see if the commenter responds to that. So, how's everyone doing? We have Runner's with us,
Whatever.
and we have mandatory carry. So, how are y'all doing?
I'm just
Whatever.
chilling.
Doing whatever mandatory. So, the thumbnail before the show starts. The thumbnail before the show starts is a hero in the Book of Mormon called Captain Moroni. This was a man who was so, shall we say, extreme in his fight for liberty that when his own countrymen decided not to fight for their freedoms, he slaughtered 4,000 of them until they essentially complied. So that's pretty much. So he's a hero to me.
Yawn.
Jeffrey Dahmer, the hero to me. I admire him eating people.
I'm disappointed a lot of shops close when I leave work. Interesting. Well, that's
Okay.
what happens to us night owls is when we leave work, like nothing is open. So,
Yep.
and actually, there's I don't have that problem anymore. I'm working day shift now, and I'll be honest, it's wonderful.
Don't miss those dates.
Oh, I'll be honest, like I missed the opportunity we had to like do our thing, but I don't miss that work schedule at all. So,
Okay.
what were we gonna do first? Because I know mandatory wants to yell at me.
Uh
About what?
oh, so many things. What part of bombing do you not understand?
What
Have
part
you?
of bombing do I not understand?
Yeah,
Explain that question a little
mafia
deeper.
tactics. You,
Look, all I'm saying is that
I'm saying,
look, the left has been using these kind of tactics against us for time immemorial, and it might be time to like, you know, show a little force, a little, oomph. And I'm sorry, but when it comes to authoritarian regimes, family structures like the mafia tend to be effective.
well,
They
dude,
tend
we're
to
not
be
talking about a family. We're talking about a criminal enterprise. This
that
is
is
they make
that is rooted.
feudalism look positively benevolent and loving and egalitarian, and you want to model our society on that? How do you become part of the leadership in the mob? By the way,
Whacking
Um,
some.
well, mandatory. If you actually look, the comparison to what the mob did to
Yeah,
what
whacking someone.
the the actual the actual ethos and pressure that the mob put on government is in principle no different than what the militia what was supposed to do in America.
are you kidding me? But we'll come
No,
back to
I'm
that
not
later.
kidding you. I'm not kidding you. It's the same principle. Do what we want based on X, Y, or Z, or things get violent.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about the militia in a minute. All right. Let's stick to the mob for the moment.
Uh,
Yes, runner.
Talking about fucking deep end. Jesus, Cardinal. I
No,
knew I
no, no,
should
no,
have
no.
watched that video.
No,
This boy has shackled a buoy rock to his ankles and thrown it into the Marianas Trench.
No, he
Oh
just
my
he gave
god.
himself fucking cement tapping shoes. That's how Paddy dug himself there.
hey,
Oh yeah.
I'm loving the analogy, guys. I'm. All I'm saying is that you just look at the effectiveness of the tactic. Like I go into the video and I show what role the militias were supposed to play in a legal sense, and not only in a legal sense, but from what the founding fathers wanted them to serve. And I'm looking at the conservative right wing movement in America. I'm saying this is this is a valid tactic. That this is a valid approach that the right isn't utilizing. And you combine that with
No,
the
it's not
yes,
okay.
What?
yes. Okay.
Okay.
So
All right.
how are
Stop.
you going to
Listen to yourself here.
respond? How? Okay.
Nigga, are you
Okay.
trying
I
to
will listen to your response.
score?
Go
I
on.
mean,
How do you become part of the quote government in the mafia system? You
You
kill
have to.
somebody, right?
Yeah, you got to make your bones.
Uh-huh.
But did I say that we
So
had to make our bones, or did I say we had to organize as families?
you use the mafia as your model. There's no getting out of this one.
Yeah,
All
there
right.
is. I didn't say you had to do exactly what the mafia did. That wasn't the point.
You can't separate the philosophy from the method. That's like if I were to say
I
I want to
absolutely
I
can.
want a no.
I
That's like if I
absolutely
said
can.
I want to establish a government based on a military system. Oh, okay, so you want a military dictatorship, which actually I kind of do, but that's not the point here.
fucking Christ.
I
Oh my goodness.
I read
Uh,
Starship Troopers, so
Uh,
that's
yeah.
not a militaristic system, but anyway.
I mean,
it is. It is very much a militaristic system.
It's more
the Starship
it's more
Troopers.
complicated than that.
The Starship Troopers
There's
is a liberal utopia.
the
It
what?
truly is.
What?
It is. It is the
Dude,
idealized form of liberalism.
What
are you
what
smoking
coherence
meth?
thing?
I'm sorry. It's
Fucking
complete.
Christ.
The
It's
franchise is completely optional.
it's based on a Roman style citizenship of governance.
Yes,
Service guarantees citizenship. It's the only
correct.
thing to get citizenship.
And it's completely meritocratic.
You, and you can also do other government stuff besides the military.
Yes.
I missed that part of the book.
Yeah. The thing about Starship Troopers is that you did not have to pick up a rifle if you were not capable. The government if you signed up for military service in Starship Troopers, it was actually the government's duty, the military's duty, to find a job for you that you could reasonably function in.
Yeah, and you might be testing survival gear on Pluto.
Correct. But as long as you were physically able to complete the job and do your service, even though the chance of death was
Pretty
substantial,
high.
you
About
could complete your
about 90%.
service.
I remember this passage in the book about the this colonel's handing out lieutenant's braids to three newly commissioned lieutenants, including Rico, and he asks them, the one, do you believe in curses? And the cadet says, no, sir. And the colonel says, oh, good, because these braids, they had been worn by a previous lieutenant who died as a lieutenant, but not before he got the Medal of Honor with the Medal of Honor with cluster, something like that. Oh, that's great. I'll make you proud. Yeah, well, he made the colonel proud, all right. He came home in a box, but he came home with another Medal of Honor.
I mean,
Hey, somebody has been reading my shit.
Are we
Marson.
talking about the person in the comments?
Yeah, Marson.
Well, how's it going, Marson? Apparently, you've been following a couple of the people in the Discord and on this channel. Well done. I approve of pretty much all of the content that Mandatory puts out, and yeah, but no, I
Marson
don't
here has
see.
been paying attention in class.
Yes,
I've been reading some of it, but not all of it.
The militia was necessary apparatus to defend from Native American raids and the French military from the French and Indian War. That is dead balls correct.
So did you watch the part where I go over the Federalist insert on the ethos of the militia?
I know I
Or did
watched
you?
that video today.
Okay.
I watched it. I always watch videos at 2 times speed, so
Okay.
hard to keep track.
So it's. I'm sorry. Like I don't see anything wrong with using mafia tactics to enforce conservative values. Like I honestly don't.
Other than you're going to take out a dozen people you didn't care about one way or the other to get the one that you did. Well, yeah, sure, that's perfectly fine.
That
Hey, what's a
doesn't
little
sound
collateral
authoritarian at
damage
all.
between friends? What's a little collateral damage between friends, right?
Between friends or outsiders is the question.
Have you read a book about Chicago during the 30s and 20s?
Well, I mean, would you rather have Chicago back then or Portland now?
You're asking me.
That's a very difficult question.
Exactly. So
you're asking me for Stalin or Hitler. I'm not picking either. Right? Fuck them both. In the ass.
You see, mandatory. The option, though, however, is Stalin or the kulaks. That's where we're at now.
We can let Portland burn to the ground. That doesn't mean we have to be the one.
Oh, that's right. It's Portland.
Blow it up.
Oh, okay.
We can let them blow themselves up.
Okay, so my options here are be slowly and yet surely eradicated by communists or Hitler.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck that. Hell no. There is a far better way to grow a backbone and push against the madness.
No, I'm not okay with blowing up whole schools or cities or whatever, just because there's a few people in there that really need to be hung from a lamp pole.
And
did I say that out loud?
Probably, and I probably agree with you. But again,
you want to
using the actual terror and cohesion of a mafia does not necessarily incorporate or necessitate innocent bystanders.
I'm sorry, say that again.
What I said is, using the terror and cohesion of a mafia-like structure does not necessitate innocent bystanders.
Okay.
What the mafia was all about.
Explain to me how you're going to make sure there's no collateral damage.
Well, in warfare, there's no such thing as no collateral damage. The problem is, are you willing to
Oh,
fight or not?
so you want to nuke Shanghai to beat Japan?
Um,
Going back to a World War II comparison,
World War II comparison, bombing Shanghai. I'm
nuke
sorry, that
Shanghai.
that analogy is really falling short on me, because whether it was Shanghai or the other two cities we did actually bomb, it was still, to my recollection, a ton of collateral damage. What is the
You want
I?
to
It's just
you want to
that's
kill a
just a
lot of
numbers
innocent
game,
people to go after a few actually bad people?
dude. Do you actually know how we executed that whole operation? That the Japanese knew we were coming.
They
We
had a pretty
told
good
them to
idea.
get
Yeah,
out. So again,
missed that part,
in
but
in,
okay.
in, in terms of ethos, in terms of the terror is coming, uh, absolutely, you would nuke the two cities that we bombed, and let the consequences fall where they may. That's
But
just
you're talking
that's just
about just you what you're using this analogy. You're talking about carpet bombing all of Japan. First of all, oh, okay. Well, you know what? We actually were at war with Japan. That's okay. But then we continue to carpet bomb into China, and then into Russia, and then back into Germany, on our way to Britain before we stop somewhere in the mid Atlantic.
um. I'm not following how that's related to the mafia, ter-
You
the mafia
The mafia
terminology.
maintains
Carnal,
the.
you can use mafia tactics without, you know, fucking using without using the without using mafia style. No, using the structure of the mafia, right?
Correct. And in fact, I was very specific. I said the point is to inspire Americans to gather as in familial units that
Okay,
protected and maintained one another.
going back to that one. Okay. Um, this is not familial units that you're comparing them to. This is a business, a cold blooded, ruthless cash for cash business. Al
Correct.
Capone was not a father; he
I'm
was a
actually not.
businessman.
I'm not ignorant to that effect. It just struck me as very very interesting that the tweet that A sends out about the Chechens, who Stalin was repeatedly annoyed with them and had nearly the entire population gulagged. And when Vladimir Putin came into power, he could not break them. He couldn't infiltrate them, and the only way that there was reconciliation or peace between them was he had to negotiate and deal with the mafia boss in that area to get things done. And I just found it so interesting. Uh, uh, a
Okay,
crime
so
organization, hang on, let me finish, rooted
uh
in a family ethos, was able to resist an authoritarian government, a powerful authoritarian government. But Vladimir Putin is no lightweight.
no,
So that was just my simple observation. If families, if they were cohesive and if they had a single focus point, and if they had a single goal, family power is sufficient enough if they were organized and willing to do literally whatever it took could stand in the way of authoritarian regimes. That is the simple observation of it. And let's contrast that with the kulaks, the farmers in the Soviet Union under Stalin, and they did not band together. They did not utilize mafia tactics. They were capitalist farmers who were, by comparison, shall we say, rather capitalistically minded, a bit classical liberal libertarian values, and they got destroyed. They got absolutely destroyed. And so I'm weighing these two options in my mind, and I'm saying, well, which direction do I want to go? Do I want to bunker down like the Chechens, or do I want to be like the kulaks? I mean, I have options.
The difference between the Chechens and America, though, is the Chechens. What my understanding is, they're pretty scummy.
Yes, and they probably also didn't have the right to firearms, and they had that, stoop to low means to get to them.
They
But
sell guns and give some of the money to the Russian government.
uh-huh. And the difference between the Chechens and the Americans is the Americans have a Second Amendment right, and they are the most heavily armed populace, well, pretty much in the entire world. So you can remove that scummy Chechen element by simply making it de facto across the entire American populace. So
You you can just support American militias, and you could do the same effect, right?
well, you could, but then again, what is the point of these militias? Like, what is the how do I put this? We already have several, shall we
The
say,
point of the point of the mafia is to protect their market share and to
uh-huh.
destroy any competition by every means necessary.
Now take
And if
that
that
same
means blowing up
concept.
a school full of little kids, they'll do it. I mean,
And
you want to go
look,
back to the Chechens? Okay, well, what happened in the school there in Chechnya?
look, you have a point, but what you're arguing for about the mafia reality and market share, simply take that ethos and apply it to political power.
So, rule by brutal overlord dictatorship ability to kill everyone, that's just slavery. You're not a citizen, then you're a slave of the state. Literally,
Hang
that's
on.
what it is.
Under the American system, I don't think it would devolve that far.
Oh, believe me, it does.
Uh,
It does each and every time.
no, I just think you're displaying a great lack of faith in your fellow countrymen. I don't see militias enacting that kind of
Well, hold up.
terror.
We gotta split some concepts here. I don't know where this idea got in your head that the militia and the mafia are anything alike, but no, you're talking about apples and rocks here, and trying to compare them. There's nothing alike. Literally nothing alike between the two.
No,
Now
he's
let's set
comparing
the
abortion to
militia
hand
off.
grenades.
Well,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so
Well, no, because both are made out of metal runners, so they
well,
do
hang
have.
on, hang on. So let me just ask a question. What would be the difference? What would you get if you combined the purpose and power of a militia with the family ethos, or with that was more communally based rather than a bunch of
Uh,
ragtag outsiders who were, just wanting to cling to some past conception of what militias should be.
Runner, you
I
got
mean,
anything here? I don't. I don't have a comparison.
I honestly don't have anything. Oh,
Because here's my idea. We have what you see on the left, things like Antifa, Black Lives Matter, going into an area, causing a riot, causing tons of damage, causing tons of terror across whatever they encounter. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, perhaps the right should have something like this in a defensive mode, especially when it comes to fighting against things that are openly unconstitutional, tyrannical, and just all around bad for the country. In
we'd like
fact,
the
that's what.
individual.
That's the individual doesn't cut it, runner. If that were if the individual were sufficient, we honestly wouldn't be here. That's part of the problem. The
The
individual's too
problem is, too
atomized
many people are
and too
sitting
easily
on the
conquered.
sidelines seeing what was going to happen. That's the main issue.
Well, and I agree. And actually,
I,
we have Marson giving a bunch of pretty good
Yeah.
commentary. Um, Militia are typically disciplined. They follow orders and have a regimented style of operation. Mafia are chaotic and many operate from either autonomous decisions or interpretable orders. Also true. Mafia, I see, don't drill every day. They don't prepare in the same way that a militia does. In summary, militias have little discipline.
I gotta throw a flag on the play here.
Okay?
Um, the discipline of the militia was very mixed, and generally, at least in the Americas, poor, very very poor. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Now this wasn't necessarily a bad thing. The Battle of Cowpens, uh, the colonial army, actually used that to their advantage. They It was a well known fact that the militia would break and run before the redcoats in force, and the plan was literally have the militia go out into this one spot. All they had to do is get one or two shots off, then run back, which they did each and every time.
Yep.
And
This is
then
correct.
the British Army, thinking they had these damn colonials on the run again, ran right into the biggest ambush that I think had been recorded up to that point in military history.
Yes.
It was like 1,500 to 1,000 favoring the British, but because they were no longer organized and disciplined the way they knew they had trained to be, it became a slaughter. It
Yes.
was the British didn't really make it out of there alive. They just sort of, a few of them limped away.
Yeah.
Um, Green Mountain Men. That rings a bell.
Indeed.
That rings
Now,
a
first war to use guerrilla warfare too.
no.
It might no, it wasn't the how do I put this? The Native Americans were using guerrilla warfare tactics long before the colonials were, but
That too.
he might be referencing to like official documented wars in Western history and civilization that might be somewhat more factual and accurate. I'm just trying to give that
No.
a charitable interpretation.
That's a common myth that American historians keep uh, uh, parroting like a bunch of fucking toucans. Um, the Romans actually documented how the Dacians and the Germans used
Mm.
guerrilla tactics. Yeah, ambushes, hit and run tactics, especially the Roman army on the march. The one place where they were kind of vulnerable, the the Germans, the Teutons, were extremely capable of hitting them and hitting them really hard on those
Now,
marches.
correct me if I'm mistaken, but wasn't William Wallace famous for some of his ambushes of the English? Am I not remembering that correctly?
Um, God damn. Well, yes, and I don't remember specifics of that conflict because that was kind of outside of what I cared about.
Yeah,
Um,
I just might be, misremembering something, but anyways, no. Guerrilla warfare is uh, it pretty much has been a part of traditional warfare up until it was formalized by the British Empire.
Yeah.
That
The
that
only the only guerrilla warfare I kind of remember is when the Indonesians when the Mongols invaded, the Indonesians used guerrilla war tactics.
mm, yeah, but to be honest, I think the term guerrilla warfare was coined by the British to reflect the American style because they found it to be what's the term Oscar Wilde used? Hitting below the intellect.
I can't. I can't look you in the word. Although I know it's a uh, Spanish word, and Spanish is basically
Oh,
Latin dialect. I gotta mute my mic for a second, so please stand by. Oh, nope, wrong button.
All
the
right.
Spanish used to use guerrilla warfare against Napoleon as well.
Ah, that would actually make sense. That actually makes a lot of
Because
sense.
this is when Napoleon was kind of weighing in military strategy. He was getting old.
Ah,
Yeah.
well,
No,
that's fair enough. So, what was the original question? Um, like what would you get if you took the action and the force and the purpose of the militia, which was in the according to the founding fathers documents, a a literal forceful repudiation of anything that was tyrannical on the ground level. Like that was the literal purpose of the militia was to be a gun in the face of the supposed of the contemplative tyrant that would.
Stop. You blew it
Sorry,
already. You blew it already.
how did I blow it
Um,
already? Explain.
the purpose of the militia was to protect the community from common threats. Um, well before William George, long before George became a quote tyrant, um, the militias had already formed because there was already a very real, palpable, measurable threat. As a matter of fact, before George was even born, the militias were already forming because, to be perfectly blunt, Indians would raid the white settlements from on a fairly regular basis.
Okay, let me go ahead and read the quote because I just pulled it up right here.
Uh-huh.
It reads from James Madison in the Federalist Papers on January 29th,
Yeah, about that.
1788. Besides the advantage of being armed, which the Americans possess over the people of almost every other nation, the existence of subordinate governments to which the people are attached and by which the militia officers are appointed, forms a barrier against the enterprises of ambition more insurmountable any than any which a simple government of any form can admit of. And then it explains below the militia is the final means of recourse in this cycle of self government and arguably the most important. So,
Yeah, about What about it? Well, first of all, what about it?
Well, what about it is what it's essentially stating is that the would-be tyrant is supposed to have the gun in their face. That was the point of the militia. It wasn't just to protect from enemies without. The point was to prevent tyranny and to put the weapons and the main ability of force in the hands of the people rather than in a federalized government.
Um, First of all, Madison was an idiot. Um,
Oh wow! But
yeah,
hang on. Despite Madison being an idiot, do you really think he's misrepresenting the ethos and the purpose that militias had when the country was founded?
yes,
I
and
don't think you're being honest here.
maliciously. Oh,
I
oh, I could
disagree.
get very honest. Would you like me to get very honest?
Okay, you can be honest. That's okay. Go on.
Okay. Um, the First of all, the militia is not some new thing that Americans came up with. This is a word we had taken from Europe at least 200 years before. Um,
Okay.
every city had a militia. That was the norm. Um, where was I? Where was I with this? Oh, Madison all of a sudden he's gone through this process of supporting a strong centralized federal government, and then once it happened, all of a sudden he let the whole world know. Yes, but I've never supported this idea. I've never actually supported this idea. I've just been playing along because whatever the hell was going on in Madison's head, that he thought he could get brownie points out of it. Um, the militia was not a new concept. It wasn't even close to a new concept. And something people don't seem to understand today is that the militia was not just some military enterprise. In fact, that
It
was just
was
the tiny littlest part.
it was a first line defense if you were a villager
Yeah.
in bumfuck nowhere.
Yes.
Um, Beyond
I
just
don't
that,
disagree.
this is an era when there is no police departments, there is no fire departments. If there are
Yes.
hospitals, it's really just a very nice inn that happened to be owned by the local doctor, if there was a
Mm-hmm.
local doctor. That's being very generous. This was the entire emergency services department,
Okay.
the fire department,
I'm
the police department, the waterworks, all of them.
I'm not disagreeing. Continue.
In any kind of local emergency, they would call out the militia right away. That was the first thing they did is, okay, call out the militia. We're about to have a flood, or we're in the middle of a flood. Call out the militia, and we're going to try to build a dike to protect the city during this flood.
Okay.
Did you read my comments on that last video
Dude, that
from
was
earlier today?
massive.
Yeah.
Not only was it massive, I was like right in the middle of having family dinner. And so I'll go through and digest that entire thing, but I'm like, holy crap, I can't do this right now. I
Okay.
wanted to. I wanted to.
Carnal, I just realized what you wanted.
What?
You really just want a militarized cartel to run the American
No.
government.
No. Good Lord. How did you get to that conclusion? No.
It fucking took me a minute to see, okay, what will be the end result of this? I'm like, holy shit, it will be a cartel.
A
What?
cartel.
A,
A
a
cartel.
full-on right-wing American cartel.
I don't know. There's some right wingers. I wouldn't. I don't even want them looking at pictures of guns. And Karn, don't tell me you ain't met that guy.
Well, of course I've met that guy, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to be the one stupid enough to take the gun out of his hand. I mean,
Uh,
come on. I mean, what? Why on earth would? Okay, I have to weigh one idiot versus I don't know, most of the country. I'd rather not. I'd really just let the idiot have his toy, his dangerous toy, and let the rest of us have our ability to self defend.
I'm sorry. Even under mandatory carry, once it passes, is an exemption for if you're fucking retarded, you still are exempt.
Well, I mean, good luck legally defining retarded in terms of gun control or like gun rights. I mean,
Don't worry, that's already been done. That was done before I was born. I know I'm the oldest one of the three of us by a long, long stretch, like at least 15 years.
okay, so it's already on the books then.
IQ of 80 or below.
Oh well, I mean,
Ah,
That was
eh,
easy, wasn't it? See?
uh,
It's easy too. Where's
okay.
my easy button? Where's
Now
my
hang
easy
on,
button?
hang
I got
on,
one of
hang
them.
on. But you're telling me that despite these laws, those guys still get their hands on guns. And I'm
Oh, yeah.
not even saying those guys as in the ones with below 80 IQ. I'm talking about people with higher than 80 IQ who are still armed and stupid.
Yeah, I've met that guy too. He's a jackass.
Yeah, and that's my point. Is good. Good luck.
Well, see, he can still be held accountable for his actions, and he knows it. He just doesn't care. And
Yeah,
unfortunately, that guy's fucking retard too.
but no. To answer Runner, no. I don't want a cartel of sorts. That would be silly.
Well, that's where
that's
it
what
goes.
even fucking Menagerie. Even he knows my line of thinking.
Well,
Oh
I
yes,
mean,
I quite see it.
It took. I needed to run it through my head a bit to realize, okay, sounds like
and the
your idea,
reason
but
and,
you
and,
got to
and
think
and the
about the
reason
worst case scenario
the
of that
reason I
result.
know that I don't want an American style cartel is because we already have the CIA, and I don't like them either.
The CIA is government backed. That's different.
The
Yeah,
CIA is what?
The CIA is government backed. That's different.
yeah. That's what. Moving on. Um, Karn. When
Yes.
my old man, when my old man was in the Navy, he met a guy. Um, we'll refer to him as Mister Bruce here. Okay. Well,
Okay.
actually, we'll refer to him as Petty Officer Bruce because it is Petty Officer Bruce. Um, uh, EM2 used to walk around with a club in his pocket. And one
Okay.
day, Papa Carey asks him, why do you carry that club around everywhere? That included, by the way, on duty when he was in the duty section. And Petty Officer EM2 would say, well, you never know when you might need one. Um,
Okay.
okay. This guy had been in a bar fight 2 days before, and another one 2 days before that, which is how long he sat in jail. But so literally, he went from bar fight, jail, bar fight, back to the ship, and that's when he's getting asked, "Why do you walk around with a club in your pocket?" Well, you never know when you might need one. Oh, oh, oh! Are you kidding me? This guy, he was an idiot. He would go around starting fights.
As you do.
Probably mentally ill.
I
What?
mean, he was still apparently qualified enough to be in the Navy.
Um, let's just say his career did not last 20 years.
Well, I don't imagine.
Well,
I can't imagine that it would have. But he
he must
still
have been a
got in.
petty officer a long time then, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
So no, I am not imagining in my head an American style cartel. That would be a no.
That's where that's where it ends up, though.
Well, and that's
Americanized
another part of this is
cartel.
you're focusing on the economic aspect of the mafia, and I'm not.
He is. I'm just focusing on the more political and socio-economic, well, more political part of
Hold
it.
up,
And
flag on the play. I got to throw a flag on the play here. Marson
Hmm.
says, this sounds like the guy from the Hurt Locker. No, the guy from the Hurt Locker was very, very normal compared to EM2 Bruce. No, I'm not even fucking joking here. I am not even fucking joking here. He was, first of all, he's not around anymore as far as anybody can tell. Um, and the guy from the Hurt Locker was he was a very dangerous sociopath. Um, EM2 was a psychopath. He really is. Um, he didn't understand what he was doing was wrong.
Oh Lord. All right. So, dragging the conversation back to somewhat being on topic.
Hi, Alex. Long
Hey,
time no
Alex,
see.
how's it going? It's been a while, guys.
hey, Alex.
Oh, okay. So, no, I'm not looking at but now I'm actually interested in what Runner said. Repeat it, Runner, what you said about the political aspect of this American cartel.
Yeah. When you get a familial something. If you get something like that, you get two things: terrorism or people who find the economic benefits of it and use the political use the politics to fund their life.
Well, hmm. Now that would
Look
be
at the
interesting, wouldn't
communists.
it?
Look at most of the really popular communists.
Okay. Um, please elaborate upon that observation, because there are plenty of things I could observe looking at the many communists.
Look at ContraPoints. Look at Philosophy Tube. Look at Vosh.
Oh, don't
Oh,
even say that name ever again in your life.
oh, oh, you mean grifters?
Mm, mm,
Now,
hmm.
now, what?
Vosh, yes, but the other two, it's more complicated.
Don't say
Now,
the V word.
now,
Okay.
Marson is actually on the right track. He's like, oh, you're exploring the idea of what a familiar or kin-like bond would be like.
It
Correct.
isn't. It isn't. It's a ruthless, cutthroat, um, Game of Thrones
Yes.
thing.
Now, I actually did make that connection because the Gaudis are the Gaudis, the Starks are the Starks, the Targaryens are the Targaryens. The Lannisters always pay their debts. There's an ethos between the families and what they stand for, and
But
people had
they're
to
not.
rally behind them.
They're not like that,
Carnal, what
though.
happened to the Starks exactly? Enlighten us with that real quickly.
The Starks weren't the only ones in the game, were they?
No,
And
tell
his
me what
question is,
happened
are
to
Answer
them.
those
the question, Carnal. What happened to the Starks?
Oh, they got slaughtered after winning every war by, oh, yes, deceptive cartel-like means like the Red Wedding.
Yes.
Oh,
Or
it's so much worse
give
than
me
that.
or say the word because
I'm
they did it as well.
What's the word, runner?
Mafia.
Oh, that word. Okay.
No, they weren't a mafia. They were a clan. They were a house.
I was referring
He
to
was,
the. Don't worry about it.
he was trying to be nice to you,
I
Karn. You
know.
should have taken it.
You should have taken the way out, man.
Well,
Sometimes I
no,
don't know what
We're
I'm
not
being
trying to prove
given.
you wrong. We're just trying to make you see your idea is a little insane.
more than a
It is a
little.
little. No, no. I accept this. I
Oh, good. That's a
accept.
Okay.
good sign.
I accept that it's radical. I truly do accept that it's radical.
You're crazy.
Um,
You're just not stupid. That's a good sign.
exactly. I understand that it's a radical notion, and I'm I'm trying to find a way to get Americans and individuals out away from that atomizing notion of we need to be atomized, standalone, easily conquered people, and get them more bonded and invested in one another. And in terms of cultural icons, the mafia has that kind of ethos, and I know that Mandatory is going to get very upset
Yeah.
and claim that they're more of an economic criminal monopoly, and he's
No.
not wrong.
Okay. All
You're
right. You
not
want to talk about
wrong.
the social effects? Okay. The
Well,
mafia isn't not a bonded, cohesive unit. It's an internal power struggle where coups happen on an hourly basis. You think Haiti is a crazy banana republic? Imagine 100 times that. And oh yeah, with the bombings as well.
um,
They will blow up a whole hotel to take out one guy so that everybody in the organization can promote.
okay.
Yeah,
You're
you're from. Oh, you're a sci-fi fan, right?
Yeah, but you're bringing out one radical example when we have other far more, shall we
I've never,
say,
I've never met
applicable
that one.
examples like oh, I don't know, the Yakuza.
Oh no.
Oh God, did you really just go there?
Why?
What?
Fucking why?
I'm not saying they're not ruthless and cutthroat. In fact, I'm pretty much banking on it. But the
The
fact is,
Yakuza was the model that the mirror universe from Star Trek was based on.
uh-huh.
Okay. I guess it doesn't matter that you're literally basing your model on a murder for advancement society. What? Did I
Well,
just
I
say
mean,
that out loud?
yes, and if that force were to go Liberty Prime, where do we lose?
Sorry, I don't know that reference.
Oh, Liberty
It's
Prime
a
is a
Fallout
is a
reference.
Fallout reference where it
Oh no,
basically
it's not.
if it finds out
Fake
that
out.
you're a if it finds out that you're a communist, it just starts attacking you.
Fake out.
Hello?
You're talking about fake out. Sorry, oh, I remember Fallout and Fallout 2
Ah,
from
that's
Oh no no
and I
oh
see. I
stop
respect
it.
Fallout, so
Oh
I've never touched
stop it.
Fallout 3. I
Stop
respect
it.
Fallout.
that's
Okay.
right. You're a classic fan. Us two are post-classic fans.
You're
I get
heretics.
ya. We're not as
Hey,
bad as the
so
modern fans. Calm down.
Should I let Alex on the stream?
Yes.
No, should you?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna let him on the stream. Where should I? I have the link in the Discord, except I think
Yes.
he might be banned from the Discord.
Why did you ban him from the Discord?
I don't know.
I
Yeah,
don't think Carnal did that. He got banned with Yiz, didn't he?
Oh, I don't know. Alex, if you're still here, tell us where I can send you the StreamYard link. I don't know if you, oh, Telegram? Okay. I will send it to you on Telegram. Da-da-da.
Hey, after the show, I want to talk to you about Yiz.
What's wrong with yous?
No, nothing. I want to talk about the band.
Oh, okay.
I want to get up to I want to get up to speed on that. Properly up to speed finally. All right. Yeah. You want this the Star Trek mirror universe dystopia where we kill each other to advance. Yes, Marson, fake out. Everything Fallout 3 on, that's not Fallout, that's fake out. That's some bullshit muty horn, which makes it very interesting that that Carnal knows anything about it.
Yeah. Anyways, I
What
did
about
post
Vegas?
I did post the StreamYard link in Telegram as well. So if we get people from there as well, it could be a party. That's all I'm saying. It could be a party.
We should make the real Fallout versus fake out as a live stream so I can fucking actually yell and go
I
totally batshit.
of all the fandoms in the scrim in caring about what's fake or not, I Fallout is not one of them.
Yeah, well, I
I
seem to be the only one.
probably.
Bruh, calm down. New Vegas was pretty good.
You want to see me actually go insane? Let's talk about that later. Moving on.
Calm down, man.
And we have Alex joining us.
Hi, Alex.
No, we have a white circle that joined us.
Yes, a very white circle. He's very
What happened
proud
to
of
our
his
name
white
tag?
circle.
What happened to our name tag?
Hey. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you, man.
We hear you, Major
Right on.
Tom.
All right. I don't have the best equipment right now, so I'm sorry if shit seems a little topsy turvy.
Nah, it's fine.
You're fine. You're good.
Now, can you lads tell me? I have not been following this community for quite a time. That Australian lad, did he get with a girl?
Oh yeah.
Which one?
Good question. Runner, it's been about a year or so. Tell us about the improvements in your dating life.
It's been 6 months.
It hasn't been that long. It hasn't been a year. It's about 4. It's been about 4 months.
Okay,
It's
I'll
only
go
been
with that.
4 months. Okay.
Which lady?
Well, which one? All right. He's
Ooh.
gonna hook up with like 4 or 5.
Which
All
one
right.
he says? The guy's a fucking
Hey,
the
now,
guy's
this
the guy's a straight horn
Playa.
doggy.
if we come back and say how was the girl, and you have to ask which one, we know you've done good. But hey, if
Sure.
We don't know that.
Now,
Did you ask her out for coffee? Did you get her out
Hey.
for coffee?
hey lads,
Start with that.
not to sound too much like a Fed, but Bannon is calling for a free the J6 Patriots protest on September 18th. What do you guys think of that?
First time hearing about it.
honestly, this is the first time I'm hearing about it, and
Yeah, right. Yeah, I hear about everything first because I'm important.
so
Oh.
on the 18th of September,
Yep.
huh?
like free the people that have been locked in cages because fucking like agents let them in the building. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, yeah.
they wouldn't let our own Congress people to see the January 6th prisoners in the jail.
Yeah.
Like
Literally.
that's a pretty big deal. That a
Dude,
federal
they don't
representative
let me in the
can't
And that's
go.
on video.
I'm gonna
I
Yeah,
get
was
something
on
to eat. I'll be right back.
Yeah, personally, I was on the other side of the building,
see you
and
later,
all I
runner.
got was tear gas and fucking billy clubs in my face.
Wait,
Really?
are you talking about like the January 6th, or are you talking about like at the federal building?
No, January 6th, I was there. I didn't get inside because nobody let me in. Yeah, it was just like they shot tear gas at us, and like you would not believe the amount of gas they dropped on us. It
Okay,
was
so to
ridiculous.
be clear, you never met any of the Capitol police officers that mysteriously Epstein themselves.
Oh no,
Uh,
I met to be honest, I met many a police officer, Capitol Hill police officer face to face. I met many of them.
nice.
Yeah, that wasn't even a fair question, Carnal. He wouldn't have known.
Oh no, Carnal already knows. I've already said on the stream I was there. If the feds want to come and fucking arrest me, I don't give a fuck. I was there. I saw everything. If you have any questions about January 6th, I was there at the front of the building. In the back of the building, it was a different story. They let people in. In the front of the building, they tear gassed us, and I saw many a person get smashed in the face with a billy club.
You wouldn't have actually necessarily met or known any of the cops, though. You would have seen them, but you wouldn't be able to
I
recognize them.
don't
You
know
wouldn't
any
be able to
Well,
pick
cops.
them out in the light up.
well, hang on, guys. I think some of you missed the reference. The 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 story behind the Capitol officers and the suicides is that there have been not one, not two, not three, but four Capitol officers who were at that protest and have all of a sudden decided to off themselves. And
6.
Mr. Carnal, to me that sounds like suicide, like Epstein
well,
style.
yes, that's why I said they Epstein themselves, and no one and it's highly suspicious because not only have they Epstein themselves, but they also this is also on the heels of um, Congress trying to expand the Capitol Police offices to other states. And I'm sitting
Sorry,
here. Go ahead,
sorry.
mandatory.
6 officers so far.
Six?
You
Holy
Oh,
somewhere you've
crap!
that's
lost 2.
interesting.
I lost. Okay, wow. So six officers have Epstein themselves, and they're trying to expand the Capitol Police to multiple states. Now, if the Democrats want to install their brown shirts here in Texas, I look forward to hearing about shootouts between the Texas Rangers and the Capitol Police, because they were caught trafficking drugs and sex victims, uh, human trafficking. That wouldn't be surprising.
Hey,
And
Carnal, I'm sorry to interrupt, but are you suggesting that the Democrats are trying to create a secret police force, like a political police?
uh,
Yes, he is.
no, I would never suggest. I'm just boldly declaring it because that's what it is.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, we already
Uh,
have National Guard. We already have, a
okay,
Navy.
I didn't know about this at this point.
No, it's actually true. And they are trying to expand the the Capitol Hill Police to across
I'm
the state.
back.
All right. Actually, not like in a condescending way. If you could send me some sources, like DM, because I don't follow topical politics as well as I should because I'm a fringe right kind of guy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like an NSC kind of guy, like National Social Club, whatever. The point is, I don't know what you're talking about. Please send me some DMs.
Okay. That's actually not a
That,
problem. I just pulled one up right now.
and Carnal, give me a call sometime. I miss our one-on-one conversations without the air of the public. You know.
Yeah, I just pulled one up with USA Today. U.S. Capitol Police to add offices in California and Florida for congressional protection.
Jesus Christ! It's happening, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
It's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. We gotta gear up for the coming. It's happening.
Yeah, we're getting there, definitely. It's definitely, we are on the path. And apparently Mandatory has gotten the blue screen of death on his laptop, so everyone say goodbye to Mandatory. He's had the blue screen of death. Everyone press F in the chat for Mandatory.
See it, buddy. I'm the only one to curve fucking carries. No, Carnal's fucking craziness.
Ugh, it's
Fucking
not that
F-
crazy.
Yeah, it is.
It's not. It's not. I want a more robust and cohesive and familial bonding for people, for citizens who are, shall we say, more liberty minded. They should have a little more oomph behind
Is the
them
Proud
politically
Boys
and
too?
forcefully.
Is the
F
Proud Boys too fucking
big
rational
F
for you or
big F for
something?
mandatory. That's all
But
I gotta say. Big F for mandatory. I'm
I
sorry, mandatory.
yeah, press F for Mandatory. They got to him. The algorithm found him. And Runner, you know what's happened with the Proud Boys, Runner? It's
What?
Don't get me started on the Proud Boys.
well, Milo did an expose on I think former chairman. I don't know if he's
Hey,
former or if he's still the chairman. I don't know
hey,
about that.
hey, do you guys want to hear a funny story?
Go ahead.
Okay, the funny story is I had a one-on-one conversation with Milo Yiannopoulos, which lasted about 6 hours a couple months ago. And the topic of the story was Catholicism and child abuse and everything like that. And I talked to Milo about Catholicism. And you guys know that I'm a Catholic, you know.
Okay.
And I talked to him about it for hours. And the consensus we came to is that authority on the Bible is very important. And that's what Catholicism is all about. It like we don't care about the Pope, not really. We don't like the Pope. What we care about is that there's an authority on what these passages mean. Do you know what I mean? Fucking I know you know what I mean. Carnal.
Oh, Mandatory, you're back.
Yeah.
Yes, Mandatory
Yeah.
is
Sorry about
back.
that.
And actually, I do understand what you mean.
Well, oh man, I hate to misjudge you. Are you a Mormon?
Yeah, proudly.
What?
Proudly.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with that, but what I mean is, Catholicism is all about authority of what these passages mean. You know, And we don't think the people in charge of Catholicism know what the fuck they're talking about. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
You,
Okay.
do you not? Did you not get it?
I think I got it, but go ahead. Just say it again,
Okay.
just for
Let
my
me
edification.
reiterate. Okay, so there was Catholicism in the beginning.
Debatable, but okay.
No,
No, that's literally where the word comes from.
Catholicism was the first Christian church, and
I
then
thought that was orthodoxy.
no, Orthodoxy came way later.
I'm with
They
Marson here. It was
they
it was
claim to be
Judaism.
the original Catholics, the Orthodox.
Oh, come on. Don't split hairs like that, Marson.
No. Marson is correct. It was Judaism.
Judaism was not the first Christianity. That's crazy.
Really?
Yes,
Are we?
because
Do we really
Judaism
want to
was a
split
different
these hairs?
covenant.
Oh
Judaism
Lord.
was a different covenant. And then the new covenant was Jesus Christ dying on the cross for our sins. Bless his soul. So what I mean is, like, the point of my rant is
Yeah.
that Christianity requires authority to declare what these passages actually mean.
So is the Catholic Church sola scriptura?
No.
Okay. So if the authority is in the Bible rather than the leadership of the Catholic Church,
No,
you can't exactly.
not the current Catholic Church.
Oh
I
my.
believe in honestly, as a Catholic, I believe in a future Catholic Church.
Okay. So you believe
I'm
in
I'm
a
a
Catholic restoration.
I'm an no. I don't think everyone on the planet is going to be converted to Catholicism because I'm not a faggot. I believe in like SSPX. I believe in the Latin tradition. I believe I'm a traditional Catholic. I believe in a future for the Catholic people because
Oh,
I'm super fucking Irish.
Matt Stone is correct. Sometimes the most satisfying poops in life are consequently the most stinky. Words of wisdom in this chat right now.
Well, don't I remember that name, Matt Stone, from something?
Ah,
About that later.
yeah, probably. And it probably may be the Matt Stone.
Carnal. If you're making fun of me, I don't understand what you're saying. So
No,
please.
I'm not
No, we're
making fun
not.
of you. I'm just reading chat and chat's being funny. That's all.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I respect the Church of Latter-day Saints. Not like most of my kin, I suppose.
Well, no, and little known fact is that as Milo has been researching to set up his center, is his center for homosexual conversion, for same sex attraction and whatnot. I
I
actually
talked to him
sent him.
about that.
I actually sent him the Latter Day Saint addiction manual that takes the Alcoholics Anonymous Bible, shall we say, formula, and what we did is we completely focused it back on Jesus Christ. And
A Carnal. I've always respected the Mormons, and I always will, and I'll never stop standing up for you people because you're all about family, you're all about values, and you're kind of about race, even if you don't want to admit it.
that is a very, very
Loaded question.
nuanced. No, it's a very nuanced discussion because I'm just gonna say flat out that
I
God
know the
in terms.
history. You guys used to be fucking based, and then you like backpedaled a little bit, but you still are in a way, and I respect that. And that's all I have to say about that. I'm not gonna turn your stream to a fucking honeypot. I promise. Carnal, you know
Thank you for
me.
that. Thank
Carnal,
you for that.
Carnal, you know me. You know what I stand for, and I'm not gonna say it out clearly right here, but yeah, there's like three right angles or whatever, and I respect you people for everything you stand for.
Thank you. I do appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah. HI something to something with your hand and arm in a certain degree to something.
Good Lord. I'm
Have we been drinking?
No, no, no. It was a nuance something to a something.
No, I got the something to something.
Yeah, he was doing the something something, all right.
All
in,
right,
in,
I'm gonna shut up for a bit. I have to run to the restroom. You guys just carry on.
well,
Okay then, buddy.
but before you go, I just want to admire your devotion to not only
Man's gotta take a shit. Let him go take a shit.
fine. I will let him. I will roast him when he returns.
Dude, I'm not gonna say shit in front of a Mormon. Are you out of your mind?
Yes, God might punish him later.
Do not say swear words in front of a Mormon.
Oh
We'll
fuck!
ban you forever.
Already
I'm
said
going
the
to hell
N-word
anyways.
to him.
Dude, yeah, they might go to hell anyways because they're not Catholic, but don't say swear in front of a Mormon.
Ah, yes.
Well, me and
the,
Go
Kurt
take a
already booked
shit.
that room.
I'm
Sorry.
gonna go. I'm gonna go run to the restroom because saying swears in front of a Mormon sends you straight to hell.
Oh, good.
Okay,
Going
buddy.
there anyways.
and according to South Park, we are the correct answer. But then we do digress.
Don't rub it in our faces. We know you are.
Okay. Anyway,
Where were we? What happened?
I was about to start yelling at Colonel about gatekeeper.
Yes, do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
What the fuck? Okay. All right. Let me ask this in small pieces. Do you remember when Gavin got kicked out of CPAC a couple years ago?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the same thing happened with Milo, but do continue.
Okay. So this is okay and acceptable in your mind?
No, because it was in the wrong direction.
Oh, so when it affects you, it's
No,
not
no.
okay.
No, here's what I'm saying, and this is what you're not this is what you're not hearing. If we actually had the balls to stand up to porn stars and say this is not what conservatism is, perhaps people like Milo and Gavin would still be in the fold where they belong.
Okay.
That's my point.
It's kind of funny. And I really wish I'd taken some time to make the discovery motion, act on the discovery motion. Do you remember about a week, I guess ago it was, I said something about uh, uh, Tracy Livermore.
You did say something about it, but I'm blanking on the reference. I don't know who that is, but you may.
Good. So you
I don't know
remember?
who that is either. I'm back, by the way.
Yeah, we heard.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, we're the
Oh,
current
our
topic
favorite
is
drunk Catholic's back.
yes, indeed. He's back from communion early.
Hey,
okay.
hey, if you wanna
All right, let
hate
me
on
finish this.
Catholics,
Let me finish this.
I'll play SmackDown now. What's important is we're all Christians.
Correct. But
What?
hang on, Alex.
I don't hate anyone here for their denomination. I respect and love all of you,
Dude,
as every good Christian should.
there is no hate here, Alex. It's just light roasting. We expect it from every which way.
Oh,
Now,
no. I'm just saying I respect and love every
Okay.
Christian in here with all my heart.
Great, good. Can I
we
finish
love
my
you too, man.
question?
And
No
and
homo.
and just to
No,
reiterate
apparently
that,
not.
I understand the Mormons as Christians.
Well, that's refreshing. I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah. I'm not the kind of Catholic that you will have a fight with at all. I respect all of you and understand that all
Okay.
of you
All right,
are Christians.
Alex. We do have a mandatory was bringing up a very important question on gatekeeping and the cancel culture question. I am in favor of TPUSA kicking out the porn star. Mandatory disagrees, and
Vehemently.
we're kind of bantering back and forth on this. He's brought up this name, and I'd like for him to get to his next point.
Okay.
A porn star isn't. What are you talking about?
I didn't mention the porn star's name. Runner, did I mention the porn star's name? Do I even know the porn star's name?
I'm not.
I don't know.
I'm just trying to understand what the topic is because I was in the restroom.
Well, if you'd
relieving
shut up for a
myself.
minute and let me finish my question, you might know what's going on.
All right, I'll shut up for a minute. Sorry.
Thank you. Where was I? Oh, yes. Tracy Livermore. Who is she?
Okay,
Who is she?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay. Well, it took me about 2 seconds to Google search the porn star's name. What is that? What is her name again? Brandy something?
Brandy Love.
Ah, yes, thank you. It took me 2 seconds of doing a background on her to find out that her real name is Tracy Livermore.
Okay.
You didn't even bother to find out who you're talking about. I mean, that was literally the first entry on Google was Brandy Love, real name Tracy something Livermore. I admit I forgot her middle name.
Okay.
So how much do you really know about her?
Not much.
Obviously
She's a
not.
porn star. She claims to be a heavily conservative activist, and that's about it.
Porn
I don't know if
stars
that's true.
cannot be conservatives because they're porn people.
Okay, so this is just pure hate because of her profession and nothing else.
Well,
Not
no,
because of what she believes.
it's not just her
The
profession.
antithesis.
You don't
No,
know what she believes.
dude, I don't care
You
what
have
you
no
believe. Her actions are the antithesis of conservatism.
Lord.
No, mandatory. Do we
Learning
care what
key.
pedophiles believe?
No, I don't care what
Oh,
pedophiles
Jesus
believe. You can hang them.
Christ.
Do we care what puppy kickers believe?
No, actually no. Hold on. I would love to interview Cobra Commander.
Okay. Hopefully you get the point here.
No.
When the action is of such lacking in moral turpitude, there comes a point to where your beliefs don't matter because they are in direct violation of whatever the institution claims to
your
stand for.
actions. If I might add, your actions are your beliefs, and if your actions do not coincide with your beliefs are a lie. She fucks people on
Uh-huh.
camera for a living,
Uh-huh.
and that
Yep.
means she's not us.
Oh, okay. So,
So you watch porn? Are you a big porn fan?
it's great for comedy.
Oh, you watch porn for your amusement? That's fucking disgusting. You're not a
Okay.
conservative.
Oh, see, there you go. We just gatekeeped me right on out.
Gatekeeping? Gatekeeping? Are you out of your mind? These are the principles on which conservatism is founded upon.
Now, hang
Gatekeeping?
on,
If you watch
Alex.
porn, if you're in favor of porn, you're not a conservative. That's not
Oh, well, I
gatekeeping.
guess I'm not
That's a
conservative.
fact.
Okay. We do need to make a distinction here because of particularly how the porn debate has necessarily evolved.
Pornography is fucking disgusting and it's degenerate, and
Hey,
it has
whoa, whoa,
nothing
whoa,
to do
whoa.
with reactionary fucking
Hold
politics.
on, hold
Alex,
on,
No,
calm
hold
no,
on.
down.
wait.
Calm down.
I'm
Wait.
calm. Go ahead.
I am a degenerate, so that's okay. I'll own that.
Yeah, that's actually
Uh,
mandatory is pretty open with that, and it's not a secret. But
Not
the
even.
point the point here that we have to address and that I'm sympathetic to is that the porn debate today has evolved from what the libertarians like to say as moms screeching about their son seeing a nipple, and it's actually become far more about the grown men who have been exposed to pornography who are saying this has damaged my life, and it is
let,
a crime that other young men have to grow up in this environment where it could easily damage them as well.
You know
And
who said that first?
if I might add, I'm sorry to interrupt, but if I might add, pornography today is not the pornography of 30 years ago. Kids today, children, have accessibility to infinite pornography whenever they want, in any degree, whenever. This is a guinea pig generation. This is, they can stop videos, they can go where they want, they can go to any video they want, of any kind they want, forever. This will only breed fucking perversion. This will only breed horrific
Okay,
ideas.
we've been
okay,
through this.
we get it, we
We're
get it. But
Uh,
here's the thing on
no,
top
no,
of that,
no.
Alex.
This is so different from a Playboy behind your dad's garage in 1985. This is this is incredibly significant. This is,
Yes, we know, but slow your roll. We're getting there.
yeah.
Yeah, and you need
all
to
right.
really you need to um
Stop shouting.
Okay,
and
okay.
really
Sorry if I was yelling.
we really
Sometimes
do need
I
to
project.
address the fact that when we talk about um I'm not going to gatekeep, quote unquote, gatekeep a man who is a porn addict for not being conservative enough. I'm not going to do that.
Kuma, I get you.
I'm not going to gatekeep a conservative simply because he is a porn addict.
Uh,
I'm far more concerned about.
wow.
Hear me
Wow.
out.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I am far more concerned about whether or not they are proud of it.
Um, First of all, I didn't say anything about addiction. I watch porn. I need to laugh because the scenarios are just in. Yeah, like the one that always comes to mind, a secretary situation. The phone is not even connected. The phone is not connected. Are you serious? Are you joking?
Mandatory. This is one of those rare moments in my life where I am absolutely thrilled to have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh,
I
it
know what
is
he's
funny.
talking
I'm
It is
about.
some
just
funny shit.
to be honest,
Ah, but moving
I'm
on.
disgusted from the deepest pit of my stomach. But go ahead.
You're welcome. And yeah, we should actually be banning porn on the internet. Um,
We should
That's
ban porn
not.
everywhere and march around with our right
okay.
hands
Well,
up.
yeah. Good luck with that. There's a First Amendment it's just a little inconvenient for you. But yeah, we should be banning porn from the internet.
I don't care. Yeah, you love porn. Yeah, you disgust me. I find
You're
you
welcome.
disgusting.
You're welcome.
Okay.
But
All right.
yeah, we need to. Oh shit! Give me a sec. Okay, we do need
Why
to
are we?
ban
What? Why
porn
are
from the
we?
internet.
Why are we equating men who are addicted with pornography to the porn stars who engage in making it? I
You're
don't.
the one who led him in.
Because they're one and the same. They're the people who
No,
make it, and they're
no.
the people who consume it.
Okay, now that is retarded. That is a dumb opinion.
All right.
The start
No,
Let
of
let
the
let.
start of the stream, I
All right.
thought
I'm just
fucking
gonna calm
Carnal's
down.
opinion was fucking crazy, but
Honestly,
fucking
guys,
awesome.
I'm not actually used to talking to people who actively watch porn. So, you guys go ahead. I'm gonna
What?
take a couple deep breaths.
okay.
What?
So I'm going to go back to something Alex said about kids getting access to porn. We need to get porn off the internet. That's too easy, and I can tell you some of them that I'm like, wait a minute, is this anything resembling security? Are you joking?
Okay,
Um,
you don't
the
want
worst
kids to
one,
watch porn.
oh no, God no.
All right, that's pretty based. We can shake hands on that regard.
Okay.
Um,
And to be honest, I'm actually surprised to hear mandatory take that position. I'm actually kind of proud of
oh,
them. I
don't be
Yeah,
surprised. This is
that's pretty cool. Will the state mandate that kids can't watch porn?
well, the only thing they could do in this regard, realistically speaking, being real here, is ban it from the internet because that's the easy access. You got to go into a store to buy dad's Playboy or whatever, right? Well, the guy behind the counter is looking at you. You're not 18. Get out of here, kid. Um,
Yeah,
versus a computer can't look at you, can't tell who your age, and you say,
correct.
oh, there's a great scene in Futurama about that. The guy at the door is saying, "Are you 18?" And the baby says, and the guy lets him in, lets the baby in. Like,
Of course he does. He wants the baby's money.
You know,
I don't know about that
you
one
could
way or the
just
other.
like an easier
Well,
way for you guys because I think it's kind of overreactive
Well, I mean,
on your guys' end.
even I could take it not a step further, but a step back from mandatory's proposition. Which, I'll be honest, if we could get there, I would root and cheer. But I wouldn't be opposed to having access to porn sites be mandated by a photo ID. And
Oh, that'll do a lot of good. I'll just
well,
go steal my dad's. I'll just go steal my daddy's ID
uh,
and pretend
well,
to be him.
hang on.
personally, I think all pornography should be illegal forever, and
Well,
we should
Okay,
okay.
ban
well,
state
Well,
violence.
that's not gonna happen.
Not
barring
gonna.
that notion,
That's
you
not
have
going.
every right to that opinion.
That's not going to create an underground market at
And
all.
well, here's why, in spite of mandatory's objection to stealing the parent's ID, the reason why is even still, even if the child stole their parent's ID to access the pornography, you could still, well, what it would still allow us to do is look at the search trends of individual users and to see how their tastes with pornography change over time and whether or not it is um, whether it is and how damaging it is to the human mind and in terms of sexuality. That would actually be interesting and useful, and it would help us build the case for banning it in the future.
Okay,
Because
Good luck with
okay.
that.
Regardless of what I think about banning all pornography forever, I think we can all agree it's completely out of control. It's
yeah,
completely out of control.
yes, it is.
Yeah.
Something has to be done. Whether it's what I want or whether it's what this right libertarian to my left wants. Yeah,
Walletarians.
you're not a libertarian.
Oh God, no.
I assumed you were a libertarian because you're like pro porn.
You assume much based on information, not in evidence.
Well, you said you watch porn, so I assumed you were pro porn.
I didn't say I jerked off. I
Dude,
sit there laughing
I
at this
didn't say
shit.
you jerked off. I didn't say you jerked off.
Well,
Oh,
okay.
God.
We are getting way out in the weeds here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Change
Okay.
the topic
Guys,
because we're at each
if I
other's
may.
throat.
All right. Sorry that I made assumptions. Where do you stand politically, red green guy?
Mandatory carry. And actually I'm a right leaning moderate.
Okay, I'm sorry. I assumed you were a right libertarian.
no,
No.
mandatory is not of the libertarian notion.
Okay, then I apologize entirely.
Whoa.
So I'm
I'm a right wing authoritarian.
That explains it.
yes. Now, so your mandatory's opposition to us to TPUSA banning the porn star was because they didn't know who she was or what she stood for or what she believed in. Is that is that what I'm? Is that accurate? That we didn't?
That's a
Uh,
good start,
okay,
but I'm gonna go back a little bit.
okay. What?
So you remember Gavin got thrown out of CPAC a couple of years ago,
Correct.
right? Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
and
Now,
I've given
Gavin
you my
McInnes?
thoughts on that.
okay.
McGinnis?
Well,
Yes,
yes.
Gavin McInnes got thrown out of
All
CPAC.
right,
This
go
is
on,
true.
go
Got
on. I'm
got
sorry.
thrown out. Yeah. Um, during that CPAC, there was somebody there. By the, goes by the professional name of Lady Maga. Ever heard of?
Yes.
Yeah, I met her.
Oh, okay. We got somebody who's actually met her. Who did we lose? Okay. We had somebody
We
who's
lost
met
Alex.
her. We lost
Yes,
Alex.
and it
Now,
wasn't me.
funny thing. Does the name Daisy Cousins mean anything to you?
No.
Australian conservative commentator. I'll
Okay.
get you her information later. Um, interviewed Lady Maga. Daisy has a Discord, and it had just started, and I was exploring it, and I went into the voice chat, and there's this guy screaming about how you can't be a drag queen and a conservative at the same time. Now,
Um,
I was just like, I'm
can
not
you?
dealing with this subject. I'm out of here. Goodbye. And I let the two animals rip each other apart. But I remember thinking, shut the fuck up, dude. As I'm walking out that door. So where are you going to draw those lines?
Okay. Um. Let's be very, very clear. I don't think a dude putting on a dress is the same moral equivalent as a woman cucking her own husband on camera. That's not a moral
It's
equivalency.
never their husband.
That's
It's never their husband.
I
That's
I
part of the
know.
joke.
I know. I'm very
Dude,
well aware of
I'm
that.
taking.
Okay.
Dude, I'm with this other guy,
Can I put
and
in
you
two
can't have
cents then?
any. Oh God.
Can I put my 2 cents in?
The worst bad acting you can get on camera. Go ahead. Whatever.
Go ahead,
Now I'm going to say
whatever.
something shocking.
That was kind of mean.
Yeah, well. What? Your 2 cents.
You're the one fucking sparking
Okay.
go.
Okay. What I have to say to gay people is they're insecure, and they want us to accept them, and they don't accept themselves because they know what they're doing is wrong. Uh, to be an openly gay conservative is to not be a conservative, because gay conservatives do not tell anyone they're gay.
Tell that to David.
What?
David, the gay
Who's gay?
Republican. Literally,
Yeah, Republicans aren't conservatives; they're Republicans.
David is conservative, or that's where he has stated he stands.
Whatever. Bring up some guy that I don't know about. Whatever. I don't care. All I'm saying is there's nothing conservative about being openly gay.
Okay.
In the past, homosexuals hid their sexuality, and they knew for a fact that nobody cared how big of a faggot they were.
Okay. So let's hang on. But this is a conversation that I would like to have reasonably and with respect to nuance rather than the knee jerk instinct reaction, which does have its place, and then we have the well thought out and reasoned position. And Mandatory's question is, where do we draw the line? And
Where are you going to draw the line?
This guy's just attacking me. He's being mean to me. He's making assumptions that I'm some kind of hate monger.
I don't care. I actually just don't care.
Yeah, I came in here and you're like, say your piece. And you're mean to me. It's not, you're not acting good faith.
I'm tired of getting interrupted.
You're the one fucking screaming at him.
I'm not, I didn't mean to
Like
scream.
a fucking autist.
Okay, so
what that was
for
mean,
20
Runner.
minutes and fucking think when you're about to fucking say.
All
Runner,
right,
that was kind of mean, bro.
here. Whatever.
Kind of mean.
I miss these streams
Where was
so
I?
much. I miss these streams so much, gentlemen.
God, now you're getting me fucking angry.
Carnal.
Okay, yes, I'm all ears.
I'm going to tell you where it stops. It never does. It never does. Today it's this Tracy Livermore that you don't like her profession. Well, yesterday it was Gavin being thrown out of CPAC for what was it? What was their official position? Is basically he was drawing attention that they didn't want. They should have actually stood up and said, "Fuck you. We invited him. We're keeping him. You want to do something about it? Well, go get a battering ram, and when you get through the front door, you're going to find out tracers go both ways."
Well, and that's kind of honestly my point. Is
they shouldn't have thrown him out.
They shouldn't have thrown him out.
And it always starts small, and it never stops. And when they come for me, they're going to find me crushed to death under a pile of hot brass, because you can turn any gun into an automatic if you get the barrel hot enough. That's a thing.
Well,
that's a very wise thing to say on YouTube.
I don't give a shit. I've said it before. I've said worse.
He has.
I've used words that I won't use on Carnal's stream. No, I've used words I won't use on your stream.
Well,
Yeah.
I've admitted to being a January 6th, so I'm just as smart as you.
Sorry about that.
But no, I'm going to fall back to the comment that I had before. Is if we actually had the same balls and constitution to say
Not
we're
read
not
that
going
word out loud.
we're not going to
We lost Carnal. We lost Carnal. Shit. Anyway, when he gets back, I got something in the private chat for him. A word that I've used on YouTube that I won't use on his channel. Don't read that word out loud.
Okay.
I've used that in reference to myself.
Ah.
Hey, you know what? I got called that to my face. You, I'll call myself that. You.
sorry y'all. I disappeared on you.
Check out
Hey,
private chat, but
Carnal.
don't read it out loud.
I know, I saw. But let,
Oh,
let
okay.
me let me I apologize. Let me go back to what I was saying. If the people who had kicked out the porn star had been in charge during Gavin's considered
They would have
expulsion,
thrown him out.
no, they wouldn't have, and that's the point. And that's what I'm trying to get you and those of more libertarian notions to understand. It is the same people who are going to protect you when you actually have a firm footing. If they actually have the balls to understand when to kick those who are detrimental or don't actually stand for their values out of the venue,
How do you know she
because
doesn't stand for her values? What are her values? Do you know? I
because
don't
okay.
know.
Her values are fucking people on camera for money.
Okay.
That does not sound conservative to me. Does it sound conservative?
Oh, to you. I got it.
Okay,
What
so
what what the fuck does
What's
that
her
mean?
position on what's her position on abortion?
I'm pro-life. Put all abortionists in prison.
Really? What's
100%
her
all the way.
what's her position on abortion?
I don't care because she fucks people on camera for money.
Oh,
How can
oh,
that possibly? That's not conservative. That's just like, don't tax me. That's not conservative. You're not a conservative. You're not a
what's her
conservative.
position on guns?
Guns for everyone.
What's hers?
I don't care because she fucks people on camera.
Oh, what's her position on the death
What does
penalty?
that mean?
You don't know how, and you don't care to find out.
no,
I
you are
don't care
correct.
because she's
Uh-huh.
literally she's a whore. I don't care what whores think.
I do. I would have loved to have found
Yeah,
out.
that's because you're not a conservative. You're not a conservative. You just want guns and fucking no taxes. You're not a conservative. You shouldn't even be here.
Oh, wow.
Dude, this
Fucking.
is
You're
my
not a
channel.
conservative.
I'll have who I want on my channel, dude.
Oh, okay, Carnal. I'm sorry, Carnal. Maybe I jumped the gun. Maybe you know I gotta
Yeah.
lose.
That's why I told you to
I'm
fucking stay
sorry.
in your
I'm
corner.
sorry. You can be here all you want, but I do not believe you're a conservative if you think a whore can be conservative.
I very much do.
Yeah,
Me
a
too, I believe that
literal
as well.
Or at
prostitute can be
least
conservative. Okay.
I would have
Hey,
liked to have
Carnal.
found out.
Carnal. Hey, Carnal. What's your position on prostitutes being in your ranks?
I'm adamantly against it.
Are you?
Yeah.
Me too.
And yes, Alex is truly an authoritarian. He even admits as
Oh,
such.
yes.
He's very open on this point.
You said it
I'm a
earlier.
Nazi. I'm a National Socialist. I'm literally a Nazi.
God, you weren't supposed to say it out loud, man.
Come
Oh,
on,
Come
F
on,
man.
for
dude.
the F for the an F in chat for the stream.
I know.
You're not even the cool National Socialist, the one who believes in Hyperborea. You're a fucking Catholic. That's the sad part.
Says the
Wow, he's
fucking
a
fucking
Catholic.
apostate. Yeah,
Oh,
whatever.
hey,
You're
I
an
just
apostate.
remembered
I don't care what you
something.
think either. Do you want to turn this into a shit slugging fest? Because I will destroy both of you. Or we can have a reasonable discussion where everyone's happy and we hug.
You're the one who fucking started it.
I did
Okay,
not
hang on,
start it.
hang on,
He
hang
said
on.
he said he supported prostitutes
Oh,
being conservative.
gentlemen.
Andy.
This is part of my quandary with what we need, what we want to discern what is or is not conservative. And
Prostitutes are not.
Okay, let's go there. Alex, you're a Catholic, correct?
I am.
Okay. You realize that the Pope who was in office when I was born,
Let me
rest
cut
his
you off right
soul.
there. I do not support the current Pope. I don't
Oh,
have
no,
to
no, no,
support the
no!
Pope.
Stop! I'm 45 years old. Don't tell me I'm some 5-year-old.
I'm
Don't
not
be
calling
calling
you
me a
five.
5-year-old.
I did
whoa,
not. I said I don't support the Pope.
I said the one who was in office when I was born. That would be John Paul the Fourth. Help me out here. The one that
The
survived
sec-
the assassination attempt.
the second, John Paul the second.
John Paul II. He was in office when I was born.
He was all right.
Uh huh. For being a Catholic priest, he spent 4 years in a Nazi prison camp.
Cool.
Yeah. So, you just literally gate kept anybody who had any connection with the Catholic Church while he was in office right out of the Nazi Party
did he
and
though?
out of conservatism.
Did he
Uh,
though?
that's quite strange.
Yeah,
Can you define the conditions of a National Socialist prison camp?
Yes, and that's a matter of extensive
Uh,
historical
uh,
record,
okay. Let's not go there because
including his
we
testimony.
we can debate for about 6 months about that. So if you want to go there, I will burn
yeah.
you.
Let's not go there. I'd
Oh
really
yeah,
rather
let's
I
not.
go
got
there.
some
But
camels, so I'll
If
be
you
right
want to go
back.
let's go
there,
there.
if you
Yeah,
want to
let's
go
go
there,
there.
I'll bury you. I'll bury you.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you know at Auschwitz there was a actually no. We can't go there. If we do go there, a Carnal's channel will be removed because of this conversation. I refuse to have this conversation.
Okay. So, yes. Let's.
We are not going to talk about camps. Period. That's
I
ridiculous.
will. I will close it.
I
I will
respect you,
close my
bro. I
testimony on
respect
this.
you. Yo, dude, I respect you. Let's just, if you want to have a private conversation with me on Telegram, we can do that. We
I don't.
cannot have this conversation here on
Hey,
this man's channel. I respect this man. I love this man. He has a great family. He's doing well. I do not want to get his channel banned because of my fucking shit.
Okay. So we actually have a question in chat, and it's actually for Alex. And Marson is asking, so what makes a good culture, Alex? What is a good, strong society? What makes a wholesome, strong society in your eyes? Let's get off what you find as degenerate and where you disagree, and let's what on the what is your positive vision is what I'm getting from the comments from Marson. What is your positive
Okay.
vision of society?
Okay. He wants to know the fascist worldview. Okay. My idea is, and the fascist line of thinking is that culture is downstream from race. That biology eventually leads to that culture. That and so forth. The best society is one that reflects the soul of a people most articulately. It's the most in line with nature. So, and this has occurred many times throughout history in the Roman Empire, Napoleon, Mustache Man. My idea of the best society is the most organic society. Prussian socialism, if you would. Marshall, look that up. Prussian socialism. It predates Marxism. It predates Marxist socialism. That idea is a society that's built on the needs and desires of a people. That culture. Culture derives its essence from a people's traditions, and a nation is nothing but a people.
Okay. I'm actually going to diverge from Marston's questions for a moment because I have my own questions. Um, let's start with this one, and this is obviously sort of a gotcha, but it's really more to start a discussion. Do you consider the Amish to be an ethnocentric people?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And really, mandatory
Yeah. Oh,
agrees with
yes,
that.
very.
Okay.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
actually
they preserve themselves very well, and I would actually I would join them and defend them to the death if somebody wanted to hurt them. I
Mhm.
love the Amish.
Okay.
I'm
Do you
okay with
love the
them.
Amish? Mandatory.
I'm okay with them. I don't love them, but I have
All
no
right, all right,
reason
all
to
right,
hate
all
them.
right. And mandatory. I don't hate you either. I think you're just not there yet.
Okay. Moving on.
Now
Uh,
I'm now I'm actually this is a follow up because it's actually relevant to current events, and I these are questions that we need to take honestly in stride as they occur. Alex, would you agree with the left that Viktor Orban is a quote unquote soft fascist?
I don't know who that is.
Okay, well let me uh, explain who Viktor Orban is. Viktor Orban is the based prime minister of Hungary. He's the one who said, "No, we're not taking the
Oh, that
migrants."
guy. No,
We're
no, 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 no. He's not a fascist.
okay. All right. I would agree with that. And to be perfectly clear on as to my views.
I'm a fascist. He's not a fascist, and
Okay.
neither.
And I would agree with that. And let me be also very blunt. I don't consider the Amish to be ethnocentric. I don't think they're ethno nationalists.
no, no.
I think they're ethnocentric, but I don't think they're ethno nationalist.
Okay.
I
Now that
neither one of us
that
said that.
now that
Arn.
that 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 that, that is a distinction that was my bad.
All right,
Okay.
they're not nationalists. They don't want a nation.
Okay. Well, that was my mistake then.
I,
I
I, I don't even think
I,
they
I
believe in
misspoke.
nation.
But no, I personally view the Amish as de facto ethnocentric, but in terms of their beliefs and their structure and their society, I find them to be far more in terms of philosophy and mechanism, far more civic than ethno based.
Oh no! Oh no! You have to be able to speak like German, being Amish.
Interesting. That's
I've
Hey
vaguely
everyone,
heard that too. Yeah.
I'm
I
back.
did not know
No!
that.
I know that, guys. I know that for a fact. You have to be able to speak their language to be an Amish. they don't allow people to convert to Amish unless they can speak fluent German.
I actually respect that, and I wish my country had it.
Your
English,
country, as in the nation of the Mormons.
no, as in the nation of the United States.
Oh, okay. Because I always
There's
viewed the
German
Mormons
speakers
being
here.
kind of ethno nationalist.
There are
I'm sorry.
German speakers here.
I'm sorry. Repeat that, Alex.
I always viewed the Mormons as being kind of ethno nationalist.
No, that
Strange.
we are not
Well,
ethno-nationalist, and
they excluded blacks from being Mormons up until the 70s.
that's actually not true. We did not
Uh,
exclude blacks from being Mormons.
You
yeah,
mean
but
blacks
the
becoming
Mormon story
becoming
says
part of the priesthood? That's what you mean.
Yeah, they were excluded from the priesthood. Not that there was never in any Mormon
well,
church an exclusion of black people.
yeah. If you want to split hairs and get into the fine details, but everyone knows
That's
Mormonism was
fuck.
Mormonism was explicitly white.
What the?
It wasn't up until the
No,
70s.
no. In the early
What
days,
about what
in
about
the
all the lore about African Americans and everything like that, and the Indians? What about that?
that was speculation after the fact, and even in the Book of Mormon, when the phrase black and white is used, you're talking about the different contrast between the Judeo-Israeli skin tone and the Native American red, because historically speaking, and even in Book of Mormon lore, the dark-skinned people were called Lamanites, and they essentially wore very little clothing,
Okay,
whereas
Matt.
the
All right, all right. I'll concede that maybe I didn't know enough about it then.
so it's
Maybe I
and
think I was wrong then. I'm sorry about that,
and
Carnal.
truth be told, before the priesthood ban, there was at least one or two black men who were members of the church who were ordained to the priesthood.
Are you okay with that?
Yes, because it's not a matter of, and to be perfectly blunt, I'm also fine with the ban. And the reason for that is purely biblical. When in ancient Israel times, the priesthood wasn't given to anyone but the tribe of Levi. So that's neither here nor there. God can give his authority to whomever he deems worthy at any point in time.
Well,
The simple
that's cool because I'm wearing Levi jeans right now.
That
nice.
does not make you Levites. That does not make you Levite.
It was supposed to be comic relief to break the tension.
Well, it worked.
It was a shit joke.
It was bad. It was a bad joke, but it worked. Go
All
with
right,
it.
all right.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I have to depart because my infant is crying in her crib. And I will have to
I'll be right
continue this
back.
later.
I will. I got to get up in a couple hours anyway, so I got to.
All right.
I want to yell at you later.
All right.
Well,
Everyone.
I gotta go put people in camp, so I gotta go right now.
All right, everyone, stay carnal and God bless
It's
on that
now the
note.
runner show.
Hail
Night.
victory!